Michael here, and today, how to stop paying for free broadcast TV. It starts with one of these. Indoor antennas like this one hook up to the back of your TV set, and they can pick up ABC, CBS, Fox, NBC, and more. All of this for a one-time cost of about $50. And that's equal to only 3 months of the typical broadcast TV fee. I purchased a Mohu leaf antenna and tested it out in a location where some channels are challenging to receive. So are Mohu antennas really worth it? Keep watching. Number 1. Indoor antenna versus outdoor antenna. Outdoor antennas are typically better, it's true, but some people should start with an indoor antenna first. Let me explain. Indoor antennas may work best for people who live close to broadcast towers, in an apartment or condo, plan to move soon, or people trying to save money. And if you're watching this video, you may be familiar with Tyler, the antenna man. In a lot of his antenna reviews, he holds up a cheap, generic indoor antenna that he calls a piece of junk. But when he does that, he's not referring to the Mohu antennas that I'll be talking about today. In fact, I found a couple of pretty favorable Mohu antenna reviews from Tyler the Antenna Man, and I'll drop links below. Number 2, choosing a Mohu antenna. Straight to Mohu's website, you see more than a handful of antennas are available for sale, so which one is best? Start here. Enter a zip code directly on Mohu's website, and it'll recommend antennas based on your proximity to the broadcast towers. That'll work, but there's a website that I like even better. This is nocable.org. Enter your address, and this website provides more detail than the Mohu website. For example, here are the results based on my address, and you see it'll list channels that I'm likely to receive, 50-50 to receive, challenging to receive, and don't even try. And coming up in this video, you'll see me test out a Mohu leaf antenna and compare it to the results from nocable.org. Number 3, pricing out your options. Now, indoor antennas are cheaper than outdoor antennas, and they do not require bringing someone to your house to professionally install them. And that's one of the key reasons why I think they're a good place to start. If you live close to broadcast towers and have limited obstructions like mountains, you may be fine with a $40 Mohu Leaf 30. That's the model that I've used for the past 7 years or so. It worked great for me when I lived in Atlanta and Washington, D.C. Both cases I lived within about 5 miles of broadcast towers. But it didn't work quite as well when I was in Miami and further away from the towers. Let's say you're in a location where broadcast TV stations are harder to pick up, such as my current location. You may want to try the Mohu Leaf Plus. That's the antenna I bought most recently, and the regular price is $60. Now you're going to want one indoor antenna per TV set. So if you've got multiple TVs in your house, buy one antenna first, try it out, make sure that it works before you buy additional ones. And if your antenna from Mohu or any other brand doesn't work, you can always return it and get your money back. Number 4, installing your Mohu Leaf indoor antenna. This is the Mohu Leaf Plus. Inside the box, you're going to find the antenna with an amplifier, a 16-foot cable, and a power adapter. Now, some less expensive models like the Mohu Leaf 30 don't have the amplifier. Hooking up the antenna is simple. The cable goes into the antenna jack on the back of your TV, and the power adapter goes into an available wall outlet. And your antenna should have come with accessories to attach it to the wall. For some reason, mine didn't, but that's okay because I had some Command adhesive strips that worked just as well. If you live in an area that's ideal for an indoor antenna, you're not going to have to think too hard about where to place your new antenna. But if you're in a challenging location like mine, give yourself about 30 minutes to test out multiple locations. Write on the box a few recommendations: behind a picture, by a window, and above your TV. Before I got started testing different placements, I went back to nocable.org to see which direction the broadcast towers are located. In my case, it's to the northeast, which is to the left of where my TV is located in the room. One more tip before I show you the results: go to your TV settings and run a channel scan for every location that you test. Now to the results. Let's start by window, and this works for a lot of people. But in my case, the window faces to the south and away from the broadcast towers. Look here, only 34 channels. Moving on to nearby the TV. I conducted tests at 3 different levels. First was behind the TV, and this has worked for me in other locations. I prefer it too, because you don't see the antenna while you're watching TV. But from this challenging location, not much better than the window, only 40 channels. An improvement though when I moved the antenna slightly higher on the wall for 2 more tests. I picked up 56 and 59 channels. Let's see what happens behind a picture. I got even better results when I put the antenna out of view behind a canvas, 92 channels. And one last test, the best yet, with the antenna high on the wall and facing toward broadcast towers, 120 channels, CBS, NBC, Fox, and many more, all with great picture quality. What's missing? ABC. Not a big surprise, since that is one of the stations that nocable.org said was challenging for me to receive from my location. You get the idea by now. If you live in a location with strong signals, my hope is that you won't have to do all the testing that I did, but this just shows you that moving that antenna, even just a little bit, can make a big difference in the channels that you receive. And Mohu's website backs me up. In general, it says you can get better reception by placing the antenna high up, in a window, or on a wall facing the direction of the towers. So if you think an indoor antenna will work where you live, consider a Mohu antenna instead of one of those cheaper, more generic brands that you see online, and I'll drop a link below to the antennas I mentioned today.